All right, welcome everybody. We are doing team call tonight on the leaders retreat, cruise. Everyone just got back from not too long ago here, and I think everyone's back to normal except for we all might need to check in on Sue because I think she's still swaying a little bit from the boat. But that's a real thing. But I think everyone's had a fantastic time. I'm so excited to hear from several leaders here that earned this trip. We had many more. We actually had 38 people from our team on the trip. A few of them were guests. But that is a great number to have earned. A lot of people, we definitely had a good handful that were their first time earning it. So incredible experience. I'm not going to share a whole lot to kick this off. I'm going to let them do that, and then I will pop on afterwards. So I'm going to just turn that right over to you, Rhonda.
Thank you. My name is Rhonda. I am a Ruby ambassador. This is probably, I think it's my third leaders retreat, and by far, well, I shouldn't say by far, San Diego was amazing too. But this was amazing. It was a super fun celebration of hard work. I left feeling very appreciated. I do feel like our company truly cares about us and has our best interest at heart, which means a ton. I appreciated how they loved on their employees and not just the ambassadors and VIPs, but they love their employees in Scottsdale too, and they actually will have they gift them a leaders retreat every 5 years of employment, which I thought was amazing. So it was really cool to see some of those people up on stage and recognize them and thank them for their hard work. But yeah, overall, I think it was just, I left with a feeling of just being incredibly blessed to be part of this company. We're definitely with the right company and feeling like they truly appreciate what we do, and they have our best interests at heart. So it was an amazing experience.
Hey, I'm Amanda Curry, and Sue is my Diamond Upline. For me, this is like, I don't know, I've been on a couple different retreats, and the first one I earned was during the COVID year when we didn't actually get to go. So it was fun to actually be able to go on this one. What I loved, like just even showing up, is just everything is plexified. So that to me just I don't it like even solidifies even more how legit our company is, just seeing the name plastered over everything. So that was a lot of fun, just the branding, and then being able to take pictures and be able to post stuff with Plexus, everything on it is just a lot of fun. And just the way we're greeted when we get there, I don't know, it just made like everything so much more fun to just have their like actual Plexus employees so excited to have everyone showing up and make you feel like $1 million coming in, and gifts coming in the door. That just like warm welcome is, yeah, it was awesome. Something that I like have a unique perspective, like with my husband with me on some of these trips. He's very much in corporate America, and for them a lot of times when they hear from corporate, it's because they're like tightening down even more, expecting more work and paying less money, and always, you know, shrinking things down. But I feel like it's opposite with Plexus, where they're continuously trying to just invest into ambassadors and into the Plexus family. And having his perspective and him just sitting there going like, this is so unique, like this literally is different than the feeling we get every time we get on a corporate call. He's like, you guys literally are just like excited, and everybody is helping each other and not just, you know, doing it for themselves. So I love, I mean, I'm sad for him with that, but I love that we can say that about Plexus, and he definitely feels the difference there. One of the challenges to me was one of the girls that got up, and I can't remember who it was right now, but she's like, I literally have stacks, like notebooks full of notes and notes and notes. But until I actually start doing something with all of my notebooks full of stuff, like that's where really the magic happens, is actually taking the notes and all the things we learn. And oh yes, Katie Wiggins, thank you. just that challenge again to like put into action what we're learning all of the time. So for me, that was a challenge. And some of my takeaways were just to love people well. Like my number one job is to love people well and to communicate that they are cared for and that someone is hearing them and seeing them and trying to understand what they're going through, walk alongside it with them. And someone coined the phrase like, I am your hype girl. And that's what, I don't know, it just inspired me to come back, just a renewed, like making sure people feel loved and cared for and cheered on, and to be that professional encourager. So that is my takeaway and challenge from the time away. Thanks, everybody.
All right. So I am Justina. I'm a senior gold ambassador. This was my first leaders retreat and my first like earned Plexus trip. I've went to convention and gold school, but like my first big thing. The first takeaway that I wanted to talk about was I really liked when we had a Q&A with Gene, and he told the story of being told when he started working for Plexus that it was really important to everyone that there was a work-life balance. And then initially he thought people didn't like him because on weekends or like Friday afternoon, he wouldn't hear from anyone and he almost didn't know what to do with himself. And for me, I'm a homeschool mom of 7 and a pastor's wife. And so I have a really, really full life. And I really agree with that choosing Plexus allows us to have that work-life balance, but also it allows us to get to live life in ways that we would not otherwise. As a ministry family with a lot of kids, going on cruises is like not even a thing that we think about. So getting the opportunity to hit pause and really live life was huge for me to consider that that's not something that the company thinks is only important for, you know, the owners and the CEO. It's important to them, for everyone. The next thing is I really got it reaffirmed to me that Plexus can be a tool that anyone can use to make their dreams happen. We got to hear from young people that were just graduating college and they're still pursuing professional careers, but they're also pursuing Plexus. We got to hear from people that are quitting their main jobs to just do Plexus full-time, people doing full-time ministry. We got to hear from someone who's new, who earned this, who has like 3 jobs and is in school. And so I really, really love that Plexus is for anyone. It doesn't matter what your life looks like. It doesn't matter how full it is or how busy it is. You can make this be that tool to make your dreams happen. And I really like that. The last thing I'm kind of nervous to talk to everyone about because it's not something that I have talked publicly about, but the community of Plexus, I know we always talk about that and we say Plexus One, but I don't think that everyone really gets to know what that means deeply. And I got to know that on this trip. So a lot of you know that I'm expecting baby number 8 right now, which is amazing. But what a lot of you don't know is a few weeks into this pregnancy, I found out that I have multiple brain tumors and that there's nothing I can do about it right now because of my pregnancy. I hadn't talked about that publicly before this trip, but I had multiple people come up to me and lay hands on me and pray for me, and they didn't even know what I was going through. I had complete strangers share testimonies with me about brain tumors. And it really, really just reaffirmed to me that this was God's answer for me, for my life, for where I need to be. And I left this trip feeling like I was surrounded and uplifted by the biggest family and like the family that I never had. So on top of getting a little break away from life, I got to experience really what Plexus One is. And I hope that everyone will get to, in some way, experience it on the level that I did on this trip. So I think Susie is next.
Thank you so much, Justina. Totally agree with all of that for sure. So I am Susie Bailey, aka Susan Bailey on Facebook. I am a senior Ruby brand ambassador, and truly I'm just honored that I get to share with you just a few of my takeaways from Leaders Retreat because of the fact that I was there. So it was an amazing experience, just like everyone has said. The first thing I think that this trip reminded me of was just how much we have to be grateful for in this company. Incredible leadership. They just continue to reflect integrity, the love that they have for each one of us, their desire to serve us. And so servant leadership is definitely seen in everything that they share, the decisions that they make. And as always, we were treated like more than VIPs. It just made me desire all the more, that other people on my team get to experience this for sure. Some of my takeaways from the training, I think one of the trainings that stood out to me the most was with the famous Genevieve Scory. And it was on the first day, and she had talked about how failure is just feedback. And in fact, failure, she says, it's just par for the course, but it really is up to us to decide how to view that. And so essentially, are we going to fail forward and choose to learn from our mistakes, or are we going to let them take us out? So, we can definitely learn from our mistakes and failure by, she says, getting competitive with our doubt. I love that. I've never heard that before. So really choosing to push against that, choosing to not let it get the best of us or overcome us in such a way that we just shut down. She said that we can also learn from our mistakes by getting competitive with our past, because our past definitely does not need to define our future. And then I also loved how she talked about the fact that those of us on the cruise, but I would actually expand that to say those of us who have chosen to go all in with the business, the people here on this call, are not like most people. You see, she says, most people stay comfortable. And the reason that people generally quit is just a brain thing, because the brain desires certainty and comfort. And most people are not willing to push against this. So you guys, we are not like most people. And that's a good thing, because most people settle for less. Most people don't take the time for personal growth or reflection. We're not like most people. When we're feeling stuck or we see others experience success, we don't stay there. We ask questions like, what do they know that I don't know? What are they doing that I'm not doing? What are they thinking that I'm not thinking? We choose to believe that everything is figure outable. We are not like most people. And then last of all, I love how she shared that we get to be professional encouragers. That is our profession. We encourage people to live better lives, to take their health seriously, to step outside their comfort zones, to pursue all that God has for them, to not settle. So starting today with this call, remember that you are on a path of your own choosing, and that is because you are not like most people. I think Jessica's next.
Yep, that's me. Hello, I am Jessica, and this was the first leaders retreat that I have that I earned, and it was the whole not the whole time, but I was like, oh my gosh, is this kind of real? It's very surreal to me. I just like they have already said that I just felt like I don't know, they love just loving us, I guess, at the and by plexifying everything and encouraging us. And but it was definitely like, oh, I'm just here. But it was, we earned the trip, and it was amazing. And I'm adding to what Susie already said with Genevieve's the part that everything that she said with failure stuff, but one line that she said that I took away was the opposite of success isn't failure, but it's settling. And I feel like I've heard it before, but I don't know, something happened. It was different, I guess, this time, because I was like, oh, maybe because the past couple months, I feel like I've been like, everything's fine. I don't need to do anything extra kind of thing, just where I was in my brain mostly. It's all mindset. But just, yeah, don't settle, because that's not gonna, that's the opposite of what you want to do. And then another big thing that I really, really loved was just the corporate. Now, I've seen corporate at like conventions and stuff, but I feel like it was just totally different. And I have always known that this company has been full of integrity, but corporate, and then just how much they just love on their people, even within corporate, and then love on us. And just how much, if you were on the Pink Power, you kind of heard a little bit of it too, but it just honesty and integrity that they just fully embrace. And then it just rolls down to our diamonds, and then just goes through all the other leadership. And it was just, that really was amazing to me. So, and I think, let's see, Emily is next.
All right. Hey, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Emily Boomers. I'm a senior silver ambassador. This was my first leaders retreat. I was invited on the leaders retreat by my upline and friend, Janelle Moss. So first of all, thank you, Janelle, for letting me come with you. It was so fun. What a gift that I would love to be able to bless with somebody else with someday, by taking them along with me as well. I got to spend, sorry, I ate a candied jalapeno before I started this, so my throat's a little weird. I got to spend 4 full days with my friends, some that live close by and others that live far away. But you guys, when I say that it was amazing, I'm not kidding. We were treated to champagne right when we walked on the boat. There was shows, dancing, silent disco, shopping, and all the fun perks. There were gifts and so much joy on that ship. When we couldn't find a seat in the dining room, someone would make space for us. So many people, so many different people from all different walks of life, reaching goals and cheering each other on along the way. There was one day that Janelle was not feeling the best, so I went to the session by myself. I looked for some friends, and I caught Suyon's eye and asked if she had room for one. And she said, yes, come sit with us. I just thought it was so cool that I got to sit with Chris, Sue, Sal, and Jamie. I have no idea why. I'm always surprised by the kindness of these women, but I love it. It's awesome. Justina Nelson, who I'd never met before, was sitting on the other side of me, and we had so much fun. There was a lot of energy in that room. I felt my belief grow even more for the company that I've fallen in love with. I came off of Leaders Retreat knowing that I'm in the right place. Alec Clark and Jean Tips truly care about us. We met another diamond and her team when we were sitting in the hot tub. It was just so cool to see that these are real people just like you and I. Plexus is a tool that is helping people help people. It's about relationship building, and it's just plain and simple, a way for us to bring value to others. Let people know that you care about them, show them that you love them, work hard, have grit, determination, and goals. And I hope to see you all at the next one. And I think Becky is next, I think.
There, I am unmuted. So y'all have me all emotional. Hate being emotional when I'm trying to speak to people. My children will tell you it happens all the time though. So, my name is Becky and I am a Senior Gold Ambassador. This is my first Leaders Retreat. I earned it for 2, so I took my youngest daughter. She's had a rough couple years, and this was perfect for her. She got to spend a lot of time with her sister, my daughter, Natalie Shower. So it was really a very fun family-oriented thing for me. And I've known Emily Granat for years and years. She's been friends with Natalie forever. So that was, I got called mama a lot on this trip, a lot. I love it. So, yes, my heart was overwhelmed with how much emotion these men would feel for us and for each other. So like when Jean was introducing Alec and he got all choked up with tears, and then Alec's talking about Jean and he's like, oh, I'm getting all misty here. You know, it's like, you know, something about watching grown men get all misty about it. And you don't, like Amanda was saying, you don't see that in corporate America. You don't see them going, oh, I'm all misty about the next guy I'm going to introduce. He's so great, you know. So I'm going to talk about Alec a little bit. he had a great little chit chat, and he talked about bacon. And it's very easy to remember all the things he wanted to say because of bacon. So B is, if you weren't there, B is for belief. And he said, just keep believing. Belief, you have to have the belief in the company and the product and yourself and your team and your community. So we keep believing in those things. And I'll tell you what, a leaders retreat will build that belief very big, very, very big. So get there. Action is the A. And he said a dream or a goal without action just doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. It's just a dream or goal. It's never going to happen without action. Commitment, and you have to be committed to the process. You have to be committed to your people and what you're doing. But I also love that he said, we at Plexus are committed to you. And that, that's someone else. I'm not sure if it was this call or the last one. They were talking about when he said companies buy leaders. And he's like, we will never buy leaders. We will never do that. They can sign up for $9.95 just like everybody else. We will not do that because we are, and the O in bacon is one Plexus. And it really touched my heart when he said one Plexus, and he was, discussing the beginning or whatever, but he talks about families and how he said families care for each other, families pray for each other. And he said, you all are in our hearts every day. And they pray over us every day. That was really amazing to me. And he also said, for the N is never, ever give up. You're going to have highs, you're going to have lows. Sometimes you have to work a little harder when you're in the lows. Celebrate your highs, but never think you're too low or too high. Just keep the course. And you'll get where you want to go. Just don't give up because it means too much for your life and your future and your family to stay on course. And I also, one little blip that I have written down here, he said, you can't microwave yourself to success. There's no shortcuts. There's no easy, and I feel like I was just having a coaching call today with one of my business builders. And I said, we live in a microwave world because everybody wants the results in 30 seconds or less. 100 years ago, for them to be able to warm something up in a couple of minutes, they would have been like, wow, and now we're like, it's taking 2 minutes to eat this. Are you kidding? So everyone wants everything yesterday. And we have to remember that, babies have to crawl before they can walk, and then they don't run very fast when they first start to, it's all a process, and we all have to just stay the course, stay on task. Like they said, love people well. The love and integrity that came from Alec and Jean and Genevieve and all of them was astounding to me. And the ship was great. It was fun, y'all. I ate escargot every single day, every day. So anyway, that's all, I guess all I have to say. Get there if you can. Oh, and Amanda, my friend Amanda's next.
And I feel like I can truly call you mama. So I'm going to. Oh, I love you, Becky. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. I wasn't going to cry. So just remember that when I do start crying. I'm Amanda Vinlette, and I'm a Ruby ambassador because of this amazing team. And I want to show you one of my favorite pictures from the trip. I don't know if you can see that. That is our dear Ray. Yes, I'm throwing you out there, Ray. Enjoying herself in the Caribbean because she had earned this trip too. And she was really quite brand new to Plexus. So it's for you. And that was one of my favorite pictures. The only thing that could have made this cruise better was if our dear friends Jessica Undersma and Amanda Van Horsen could have made it too. We missed you terribly, but we're gonna see you in Punta Cana. I wanted to say more about Alec and Jean. We met them on our first elevator ride in this beautifully decked out with plexus signage everywhere cruise ship. And I grabbed my husband's arm and I'm like, honey, these are amazingly important people. And they still loved me anyway, I think. And once I introduced them to my husband, it was all about us. They never said one thing about themselves. And it was so very telling of just their very base natures. Like they are dear, dear men, and their wives were there, all happy to be in a picture with us. And I can't say enough good about the integrity and the leadership in this company, and that you are in the right place at the right time. And there's so much ahead for you. I loved the fact that we were able to just rub shoulders with everyone on the ship. There was no like division. There was no ranking like that was obvious, you know. In fact, I want to share that I met an Emerald ambassador, and I just thanked her for her posting as a pastor's wife, because I have a few pastors' wives who could really benefit. And right on the spot, she said, "You get them on a Zoom with me." That's what she said to me. She offered that. She's not in my team or up anywhere. We're not related in Plexus. But she offered that to me. You guys, that's what every single person was like on this cruise. I loved bringing my husband on this cruise and hearing his thoughts. He's also in kind of the corporate world. And he was amazed that our corporate leaders were right there with us. Like they didn't just send us out on a boat in the ocean, right? Like they were right there with us, pouring into us when they could have been relaxing like they deserve, right? They had everything planned for us. So I loved it. And then I am not a confident person. So when session 2 opened with Genevieve saying confidence is created by doing hard things and realizing you did it and didn't die, that stuck out to me. And I'm going to remember that forever. And I'm going to tell myself that I can do hard things and I won't die. So I loved that part. That was my favorite part of the sessions. There were so many good parts. And I'm trying to wrap this up quick, but I just want to say everything. Like, the attention to detail and all of the encouragement that we were able to experience. And Jer and I, as parents of 9 kiddos in these times, it was amazing to be able to say, sure, like, sure, I'll have that for dinner. Or, it was very relaxing. It was a really nice break. And I think our favorite part was sleeping. But I'm here to tell you, like, I want to leave you with encouragement. You can do this tired. And you can do this when you have really full days and you don't know how you're going to get it done. You can do it. And I want to see you all in Punta Cana. It's possible. You just have to decide. Oh my goodness. Thank you for making me cry right before I have to close this out. But I mean, I don't even need to say anything to all that. You guys, thank you all for sharing. I am so incredibly proud of each of you who spoke up tonight and just shared these words. It matters. People need to hear from you guys and your experiences and what this was all like. I hope you guys obviously felt all the emotion and the realness in this, because it's real. We are a part of something so incredibly real here. The community, the culture, the integrity, the love, the encouragement, everything. And when you go to events like this, you see it, you feel it, you experience it. So I am proud of all of you guys who have earned this trip. And like a lot of these ladies have said, if, you know, looking forward, looking at Punta Cana, there's still a month and a half left. You can absolutely earn this. This isn't for a specific rank, a specific type of person. It is just, if you want this, if you want to move forward, it's just you taking action and doing it, and you trying your best, and you working your butt off and work hard for something, right? And in the end, you're going to grow your business, right? And can you imagine not only going on some of these trips for your first time, but bringing others with you? I know that everyone here on this call and who earned this, I will dare say and speak for you guys to say you're doing this and you want to bring others with you, right? You don't want to just go and earn it just yourself. You want your people to earn it. You want to bring people with you next time, right? Or bring even more people with you next time. So make sure to believe big. I want to say quickly to a couple things. Jessica Heffley and Brittany Howard came up and talked, and they talked about Star Diamond. And I thought that was so impactful and powerful. And just to know you guys, to have that vision for having multiple stars, to me, this is so empowering, because it's not that you need to personally bring in 1 million people. It is not like you have to have a huge network. I did not. I'm sure many people on this call have not had a huge network starting off. I did not. I was shy. I was not all out there, right? But you can have a few friends, right? You can have a few people that you meet, maybe even online, and they can go to the top with you. And hearing them speak on how they met some of their people, some of them they just met online. Some of them they met later down the road after they've been sharing for a while. So this comes at different points. So it's what these ladies have been saying with just being consistent and doing this, and, putting yourself out there in terms of working towards these things. But anyway, back to Star Diamond. She mentioned who you are is how you lead. So I just want to encourage you guys to, wherever you're at, make sure you are working on yourself. Make sure you are putting your best self forward, whatever that is. And on the hard days, you're still doing it. You can still do it, like Amanda said, on your hard days. And they mentioned too, if you put a cap on your potential growth, you're putting it on theirs. So don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short for Punta Cana. Don't sell yourself short for that next rank. Because who else, either whoever's with you now or whoever will be with you, you don't want to put that cap on yourself, because you're putting it on them too, right? So you can do hard things, like what was mentioned on this call, and you can help others do hard things too, because as you grow, other people are going to grow with you. So thank you all for sharing tonight. I hope you guys are inspired. I hope you felt the culture and the love here. And I hope you are super inspired to earn Punta Cana. So much time left. Connect with your upline if you just need that extra encouragement, or like how-tos or whatever. And yeah, it was so good to hear from you guys all tonight. So have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you guys next time.